What's up? Hang on 1 second. How's it going, everybody? Madison, we live. A with the first? No way. Uh-oh. Some of these others are slacking. Lost their first place. You want it to be first advantage? Yeah, man, you got beat. Doge squad? Yes, sir. Amanda, what's going on? Welcome back. It's going to be a little change up of music. I signed up for this platform that lets you play copyright free music that they host. Apparently they've got like tens of thousands of songs, so I'm gonna try and start monetizing my videos now. I used to monetize them when I first started streaming, and hopefully it's not annoying. It shouldn't be like more than like one ad, but I used to monetize them when I first started streaming, but then the YouTube music that I was using, the YouTube audio playlist, absolutely sucked. So I said, forget it. We're just not going to monetize, and I'm going to play music off YouTube that I want to listen to. But if this music's decent, then we can get the best of both worlds. And maybe I can transition into doing this more often if the monetizing works out. So we'll see. Appreciate your support, everybody. What platform are you going to have Super Mario Coin? Ethereum Network. Ethereum Network, that is where you'll be able to find the Super Mario Coin. I'll limit supply. I'll make it just as good, if not better than the Doge. Let me turn that down a little. I watched the ads all the way through when you did. Hey, I really appreciate that. Really appreciate it. I appreciate your likes, even on the videos I upload, because a lot of times you guys get the content here. Like, you don't necessarily let me fix this. Like, you don't necessarily need to watch like my YouTube uploads, because usually the stuff I upload on YouTube I've already said in the live stream. So it's kind of like I make the videos for people that haven't joined the live stream, and it's like condensed into like 10 minutes. But even if you guys don't watch the videos all the way through, my uploads, if you click on them, give it a view, if you want to watch the ads, of course, that's cool. The more time you watch the ads and the actual video, it tells YouTube like that my content's engaging. And so they will continue to promote my channel. And then hitting the like button too. Like button, comments, watching. Not very complicated formula. It's pretty much everything, but I appreciate it regardless. Some like 5 minutes. Jeez. I really appreciate that, Madison. Thank you. Much appreciated. 5-minute ads. That is rough. So that's commitment. Respect. So, how's everybody doing? Now, thing is, this is our second stream tonight. The first stream was supposed to be the short one, but it ended up being like an hour and a half. Hey, R. Paul Gordon, what's going on? Total newbie here. What's to buy tomorrow? Well, it depends, Paul. What do you mean by newbie? Are you new to trading completely, or are you just new to the channel? Because that will determine what answer I can give you. Advantage. Timber, we're going down. It's not looking super great. Thankfully, we just called at 31.2 on Doge. But, yeah, it doesn't look good. We did double bottom here, so that's a very clean touch of this line right here. Perfect touch here, rejection here. So interesting. But yeah, Paul Gordon, welcome to the stream. First of all, glad to have you. Love new viewers. I usually memorize everybody, so I'll remember your name next time you're here as well. New to memes? Well, here's the thing. I'll condense it for you, and we're going to talk about it some more, but I'll give you a quick answer in case you got a dip. Eyes on GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, and Workhorse. Probably eyes on Workhorse. I don't know if AMC has anything left in it. It looks like it's running out of steam. BlackBerry also looked a little eh. And then GameStop would probably be the second option. So like Workhorse first place, which is WKS. GME, GameStop second place. Then BlackBerry, then AMC. But keep an eye on all four of them at market open. Pre-market, really. Whichever one's not selling off. If any are holding stable and look like they're going up in price before market open, watch it at market open. If it still holds strong, that's probably your play. But any one of those four meme stocks, really. Dogecoin in the morning will probably not have a great time. I assume if any one of those four are doing good, Dogecoin will not have a great time. So, yeah. You're probably going to want to stick to trading the stock market. Now, if all four of them are duds, then Dogecoin and Bitcoin will probably have some movement. The thing is, and it's not just me saying this, it's just kind of general knowledge if you're into trading a lot. So, not Siri. Oh my God. So, the people from Dogecoin and Bitcoin, usually they're chasing. No. She's going crazy. Usually the people from crypto that are chasing volatile moves, they are the ones that also will close their positions and go to the stock market to buy into the pumps. So when these kind of things happen, especially with multiple options on the stock market side and Doge being dead, we lose a lot of buying pressure that we really didn't even have when those guys start to draw attention. But then once they fizzle out, those people sell and then they shift their money back to crypto. So once those are done, then Doge and Bitcoin can have their moment. But until then, we're just trading sideways. As you can see for the last couple days here, I mean, we've been doing absolutely nothing good. So price target on AMC. Yeah, so let's get right into it, I guess. Why not? First, before we get to the price targets for the meme stocks, let's just do the mandatory analysis of the Doge, the reason we're all here, the Doge, and the Bitcoin. So, if we take a look here, as you can see, everything's looking exactly the same. Nothing really special going on here. Looking very similar. Whoa. Pattern-wise, you'll see it looks like the upswings on the Doge side were a little more steep, like it was trying to recover ground. This looks a little messy. But, I mean, overall, pattern's the same. Nothing really to write home about. So we're still following Bitcoin. Now, if you watched my last video that I just uploaded, talked about the signs of strength that we're showing from Dogecoin, I do encourage you to watch it if you haven't. It will explain why Dogecoin is still doing good, even though we are still trading sideways and pretty low. So, could answer some questions for you. But, yeah. Here, all eyes on Bitcoin at this point, because at this point, Bitcoin's in quite the pickle. And if Bitcoin doesn't get its act together, we could see like a real crypto crash coming over these next couple days, and tomorrow might not be enough to save us. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not what you want to see. Oof. So this is the problem, guys, right here. This is the problem. Bitcoin is now touching the 30,000, 31,000 mark, which is where the previous low was. The previous main low, not counting this extreme dip into the 20s. So if Bitcoin continues down like it looks like it is going to, because it hit this point, bounced up, but then rejected off of this level. This previous support became resistance now that we're on the underside of it, and we were not strong enough to make it through, which is a terrible sign, by the way. So we rejected off of that, and now we're heading back down. If Bitcoin ends up back here, we're probably going to disrespect this line on that attempt and break through that, which means now we're looking at Bitcoin 30 or less. Bitcoin 30,000 or less again is going to be really, really bad, and that will spark FUD in the cryptocurrency market. And so we'll probably see a massive sell-off, and we'll end up probably mid-20s at that point. Now, on Doge, we can all imagine what that means, so let's hope that does not happen. Because if we end up mid-20s, low 20s on Bitcoin, that means we're in 20 cents pretty comfortably on Doge, probably like 28, 25 to 28. Not a good place to be. Not a good place to be. New to the channel too? Hey, well, welcome. Glad to have you. We do these 7 days a week. This is actually the second stream of the day. Very common. 1 to 2 live streams a day, sometimes 3. So if you enjoy it, feel free to sub up and turn notifications on. Click the bell, select all. That way you get notified when I go live. Having a killer headache from studying options. Options are extremely complicated. Extremely complicated. I do not like options just because of how complicated they are. Too much to consider. It's like some physicists decided to enter trading and start messing around with stuff, and they created options. It is nuts. Let's see. New to memes. Workhorse, WKHS, yes. My price, oh yeah, my price target, AMC. So let's go ahead and flip to AMC. So, thing with AMC, it's at this point where it came up, had its run up, had its sell off, and now it's doing that thing where it starts to bounce, you know, like a ball if you dropped it from up high, where it does its bounces and then it stabilizes and then it like finds its middle ground where it's going to stay level. Looks like that level is right about here, 53 to 55 cents. And this is where AMC is starting to look comfortable. That does not mean that AMC won't sell off or that AMC won't go up, but this is kind of looking like its middle ground right here. The only thing is, going into tomorrow, with it literally trading sideways like this, because if you even asked Weeble to draw a trend channel for you, if anything, they see it a little downward, but I mean, this is literally sideways. Okay, so it's just not looking particularly good, especially going into after hours, how it was starting to sell off a little bit. But I mean, the levels were okay. The only thing is, I mean, AMC had a crazy squeeze already. It went all the way up to $77. So it's really just like, how much more do you really believe AMC is going to give you? That's really the question. So I don't know how much more AMC is going to give us. I don't. Well, why did my music stop? One second. One moment. Platform saying to verify my email or else it won't play the music. That's kind of annoying. One moment. There's the email. Oh. Send. All right, well, meanwhile, AMC had a pretty good squeeze here. Now, some are saying this wasn't the squeeze. This wasn't even the squeeze. You don't know what a squeeze is. Anytime you're coming from this here and then you have this run up to where these candles become just absolutely massive, yeah, it's mostly hype, but it's also shorts covering, which is kind of what a squeeze is, a short squeeze. So that, I don't know, that could be the highest that we see AMC go for a while. It could, going into tomorrow, try and curl up, because I mean, it would be forming a nice like cup and handle pattern if it did start to gap up, or it could sell off. I don't know. Really, what we have to do is keep our eyes on pre-market and see how it's looking when the market opens tomorrow. That's the only way we can tell. Based off technicals here, I mean, it had its moment. Higher, the highest high, the lower high, and the even lower high, and then it tried to recover here, didn't make it above 50. Tried again, didn't make it above 60. I'm at 60. Both times sold off, went into aftermarket, pre-market, and really didn't make it above 60 again. So it's just getting slapped down at $60, which tells me, if anything, that it's weak and it wants to go down. But with the army behind it, you never really know what's going to happen. So always just keep your mind open and keep your eyes peeled. But that it's not looking particularly good. I would say AMC might be done. Now, what was the next question? So my price target on AMC, like if you really look at these lines, these are my price targets, and they have been pretty accurate. I drew these before we even got here, so and they've been respecting pretty much each line, so that's pretty good. So really want to look at 60. If it breaks 60, does it bounce off 62 and hold, and then try and make another move up? So 60, 62, 68. I don't think it goes back to 76, no matter what. If anything, I expect it to go down and start heading back towards 40s tomorrow. That's my guess. But if it does go up, probably like 62. Doge next 24 hours prediction. I think if literally anything in the meme stock market is going good, Doge is getting no attention, especially with the point it's in right now. Nobody is attracted to the sell-off that looks like it's about to crash. If anything, you want to take your, close your position and wait. So I don't expect Doge to do anything good for the first half of the day. Once we get closer to market close, and tomorrow is 6/9, that's supposed to be like a hype day and all that stuff, because Elon Musk will probably, his Twitter fingers will probably just be typing away. So who knows what kind of hype tweets we'll get? Who knows if he'll make an announcement tomorrow? I'm sure he wants to do the Doge for Tesla tomorrow if he can pull it off, but we just don't know if he's gotten everything sorted out. So we'll look forward to that. But you guys have seen my tweets and everything. My guess is tomorrow, which is 6/9 at 4:20 p.m. his time, which is Central Time, because he lives in Texas now, and that's also where Tesla headquarters is. Yet that is when he'll make an announcement. All right, so if we're betting on that or expecting that, that means we can actually wait until market close before we start to anticipate things for Dogecoin. So that's actually kind of cool, because it lets you trade the market first and then close your positions and then buy into Dogecoin as long as it's still at a dip and just hold in and see if anything happens. So that's kind of my plan for tomorrow. But yeah, just keep an eye on Doge though, even though we don't expect anything. Just keep an eye on it, because who knows if it'll start to run up tomorrow earlier. But like I said, if the meme stocks are doing anything distracting, it is extremely unlikely. Announcement for what? Well, Dogecoin for Tesla. Being able to buy Teslas with Dogecoin. The guess has been that he's going to want to try and do it tomorrow. It's like the last meme day of the year that he has left. So it would make perfect sense, knowing Elon Musk. I think I probably started talking about that first, and then more recently, speculation has, you'll hear it from a couple other sources as well. But don't rely on that. Don't count on it. Don't count on it. Just say there's a possibility, and maybe throughout the day keep an eye on Twitter, and maybe if there's nothing else to trade, just sit on Dogecoin just in case. But don't count on it, because there's no confirmation from Elon that he's going to try and do that or anything. We just looked at some things like knowing the date, knowing he's probably going to want to have some fun there, and then knowing he also rescheduled the release of the Tesla, the new one, the event, to the day after. It was 6/3, and he rescheduled it to 6/10. So just a lot of weird coincidences that kind of are starting to line up a little bit. But we'll see. Let's see. Can I look at BBIG? I don't know what that stock is, so I don't know how much insight I can actually provide you here. I don't even know what this is. Yeah, it looks like this definitely wants to make a move up. All you really have to do in these kind of situations, look at the highest high, because you see here, it looks like it's doing its cup and handle formation here. It made its run up, then its sell off, came back up to the top, handle, and then it started making a flag pattern, and now it's coming back up. So once it breaks above the previous high, I mean the high right here, which is 5.24, once it starts going above that, it'll probably take off. So really all you got to do, keep an eye on that. If it does take off, then you can ride the momentum up. And then you would obviously look if there's any other numbers to look at. Well, this is actually doing... Wait a minute. This is kind of doing what AMC and GameStop are doing. That's interesting. It's literally doing what they're doing. Really weird. So let me show you what I'm talking about. See this? The all-time high. Attempt. curl up, handle, and take off. Yeah, that's interesting. AMC did the exact same thing. So there's potential there. I mean, just keep an eye on it. Just like any cup and handle formation. Because basically what you have here, you have the run up, the pull, well, it really was to here. The pullback, the cup here, the handle, the takeoff, but now it broke above this high. So really, it's now if it breaks above this line, then there's potential to go to this high. And then if it does a pullback and breaks above that line, then there's potential to go there. So you just look at your levels and predict where it's going to go next, but play it safe, of course, if you're in anywhere up here. But that's pretty cool. Looks like there's some potential there to get to like $9 if everything goes perfect. Let's see. Thoughts on Wish and Clove. Clove, I'm pretty sure is done. I would not really think about messing with Clove. Here's why. I mean, that is definitely a squeeze, okay? Number one. Number two, it's at an all-time high by far. This is all of the price action that we have on Clove. And the all-time high is where we are, or where we hit today, 24.93 by far. All of the other big moves that Clove had in the past were not even remotely close, as you can see here. The move here, $11. The move here previously, about 17.5. Yeah, definitely would not be touching this one. That is way overextended. That is a easy way to lose your money. Wish, though, and it doesn't even matter if it keeps going up. Even if it doubles, it's just not a good entry. Wish is super sold off. What's going on with Wish? Are they on bad news or something? Is something happening here I don't know about? I mean, they're super oversold. They must have, I mean, are they going out of business? What's the news here? I feel like there's something, and I don't usually care about fundamentals, but Wall Street bets attention. I don't see any good news for them. I don't know. What's the reason they're selling off, first of all? Because, yeah, we're pumping them up. It looks like, as it says, Wall Street Bets mentioned it, and I guess they were heavily shorted. But you kind of want to know what was going on there. Obviously, there's a lot of room to the upside. Previous all-time high was 32, and we're only at, what, 11? So you could 3x, but I don't know anything about Wish. Oh, Wall Street Bets. Here's the thing. Wall Street Bets and the whole Reddit group, they are pumping so many stocks right now. You kind of want to be careful that you're not, because there's only so many people and they only have so much money. Before, they were focusing on one meme stock at a time. And all of them were, you know, they pumped GME and they pumped it to $500, and then they pump AMC and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Now they're spreading because they're all chasing. They're just like, okay, we figured out our game plan. What do we do? Our blueprint is look at which stocks are really low and the most heavily shorted and buy those. Okay, break. And so everybody's just going their own way, finding all these different stocks. That does mean that since the buying power and the buyers are spread thin, you might not get as much movement as you might expect until one of them gathers the most attention. And that's why even today and yesterday and the day before, speaking of Friday, if you kept a look at the four main meme stocks right now, which are GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, and Workhorse, WKHS. If you looked at them and watched the price action during the day, even today as well, there were shifts between which, even though they all kind of followed each other's pattern, there were shifts between which one had the most movement. And it's like when the meme stalker said, oh, wait, Workhorse is up 15%. We're only up 5%. Let's all jump to Workhorse. And then that jumps to like 25%. And then they're like, wait, but GameStop's moving pretty quick now. Then they all jumped to GameStop. That one came from behind and went all the way up to 30%. And they're like shifting the buying pressure around all the different meme stocks, depending on which one looks the most appealing at the moment. So if you're not one of those, and it looks like now there's so many that they're picking, it's just going to be harder to be in the right one. So just be careful. You're going to have to pay way more attention to your entry so that you don't get caught out, because like I said, with all the pressure being spread so thin and so widely, there's a chance the move is not what you would maybe normally expect. Even if it looks good for a moment, they might at any moment leave and go to one of the other stocks. So But yeah, Wish is definitely oversold, and it looks like they're doing a thing here. But I don't know. I don't know what the short percentage is. That kind of would determine how much they can really squeeze this thing. Obviously, like I said, we know 11 bucks right now, 32, 33 all-time high. That's 3x potential. But, you know, beyond that, there's no numbers for me to look at, so I don't know. Tim says you. Hi. The pantry announcement for what? Oh yeah, I answered that one. We are hoping and thinking that Elon Musk is going to want to try and meme it up by doing the Doge for Tesla announcement tomorrow on 6/9 for the memes. Ideally at 4:20 p.m. if he can. Dream come true for Elon. But the question is, like we talked about before, Doge for Tesla is much more complicated. This music's not bad, right? It's actually pretty decent to be free and copyright free. Hey, maybe we'll just stick with this. Anyway, it's much harder because he already pulled this off for SpaceX, right? We have the Doge 1 mission, and we have that whole mission was funded by Dogecoin. So you can say SpaceX accepts Dogecoin at this point. But Tesla, there's just more people. His ownership is not the same, and he's already gotten in plenty of trouble before when it comes to financial stuff with the stock market. It's just going to be more difficult. And this isn't the stock market, but you know what I mean. It's just there's more hands involved, there's more people involved, so and probably has to go through. You're not just talking about one rocket every once in a while. You're talking about like hundreds of thousands of vehicles. You're talking about production and accepting payment for these things, and then you have people like investing into Tesla. You have to think about revenue numbers, how stable is Dogecoin. Like there's so many things to factor in, so you don't make your Tesla stockholders mad either. So the question is, has he already gotten far enough along to where he can make the announcement tomorrow? Has he already talked all those things through and figured things out? We don't know. So it's all speculation. But with speculation, there's usually some kind of hype, some kind of rumor, some kind of rumor-based, speculation-based run-up. So we're just kind of hoping tomorrow to see some of that rumor-based speculation run-up to give Doge some price action, at the very least. Even if we don't double in price because we don't get an announcement, if we could move up, I don't know, 5 cents, that'd be cool. It's a little bit of profit for those that are holding. Bro, I'm hearing scary things about Doge right now, and it's creeping me out. What are we supposed to do? You should be concerned. I mean, absolutely. Here's the thing. I will tell you all day that I believe in Dogecoin, but I'll also tell you that there are times where you should be concerned, as you should with anything. I am not particularly a diamond hander. Now, with Dogecoin, I am a strong supporter, but that does not mean I'm a diamond hander. I do what makes money, right? I'm not the kind of person that is like, oh, I'm going to diamond hand. No, you know, if we go down from $1 down to 1 cent, I am not selling. I'm not like, because everyone else is selling. I don't want to be that person that's left behind. You know, that's just not the stock market for me. I come to stock market to have a good time, but to also not end up blowing up my account. So there is a balance there for me. So anytime that things aren't looking good, like, I'm going to be honest. And obviously, if you have money in it, you should be worried. Now, that doesn't mean you should panic sell or anything, but that means you should acknowledge what's happening and consider making a plan towards it. How can I do a radio based off this song? Hang on. Similar. Ooh. Next song. What's it called? Under the Weather. Sorry, new music platform. Just trying to. Oh, cool. Okay. So you should be concerned, and you should be trying to, like I always say, plan your trades so that you can then trade your plan. And when I say plan your trades, I don't mean think about, oh, well, what if Dogecoin goes up? Okay, I'm probably going to sell at 52 cents. Plan your trade for all circumstances. What if Dogecoin goes up? This is where I think it's going to stop, so this is maybe where I'll take profit, or will I just keep holding because I don't want to sell yet? Or if it goes down, I'm looking at levels, it'll probably stop here or here. If it stops at the first one, I'll keep an eye on it. I'm not going to sell. Or maybe I think it'll be weak, and so once it bounces off that, I'll sell it and then expect the dip further down, and then I'll buy it at the next dip and then hold it on the way up. Like, you should have do your TA and then plan ahead. What's the name of the music platform? This is called Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound. I just typed in like royalty-free music on Google, and they were like the first one that popped up. 30-day free trial. I literally just signed up as I was starting to stream, so I can maybe make a couple cents. Because if I ever want to do this, like, I already do it 7 days a week now, but if I want to do this even more and not have to worry about the 9 to 5, like, I do eventually have to start getting some kind of paycheck. So this is just experimental. So basically what I'm saying is consider all options and make plans based around if it goes up or down, where will it probably go, and what are you going to do? You should know that at this moment right now. And if you don't, you should be thinking about it right now. And in our Discord group, I've always, and now everybody's better at it, so I'm not constantly asking like I used to, but the thing was always, what's everyone's plan? Tell me what your plan is if it goes up. Tell me if it goes down. And it should be like a 5-step ahead plan. Think about it like chess. Let me catch up on comments before I continue with that. Apparently Doge is going to fall to 10 cents. No. I don't think that. That's a little extreme. Worst case scenario here, I mean, Bitcoin's probably looking at 20,000, and that's not bringing Doge down to 10 cents. That's bringing Doge probably to like 22 cents. 22, 23 cents, because Doge is a little stronger on the way down than Bitcoin is, so it probably won't go 1 for 1 all the way down. To get to 10 cents Doge, Bitcoin would have to be under 10K. And I don't know about y'all, but there is no reason for Bitcoin to go from $65,000 down to $9,000 because of an Elon tweet. So, yeah, that's a bit much. On Wall Street Bets, they are, oh yeah, I read that as a meme. Yep, I read those. I should have taken my money out when I was up 900. When I was up 999, it literally was free fall later that day. Yeah, taking profits. Yeah, what if you don't mind me asking, or if you don't, if you haven't forgotten, where was that at? Like, when was it, and at what price were you up that much? I just want to look back and see when it happened. Yeah, Doge is in a free fall. If you have more money, I mean, this is, like I said, average down opportunity depending on like your risk. You don't have to always like just take every paycheck and throw it in Doge and say, well, we're absolutely going to 60 cents. So, because you have to consider all things. This is a asset that's in the market at the end of the day. Just like anything, nothing's guaranteed. Yes, we strongly believe Dogecoin will go up, but suppose it doesn't. You know, you do have to factor in your risk. Like, don't spend all your rent money on Doge. No matter how much you believe in it, make sure you can stay alive. That's why the rule of thumb is anything you genuinely don't mind losing. Anything you can afford to lose. That's what you should have in the stock market. Not if you can't afford it. Like if Dogecoin went to $0 right now and you would be like screwed over, it should not be in the stock market. I'm not saying you wouldn't be upset. I'm saying like you would be messed up. But yeah, there were a couple sell opportunities on Doge, and I mean now for me, I'm either like, if I'm in, I'm not very interested in selling. If I'm out, I'm not very interested in getting back in. That's kind of the way I'm playing it. Not doing a whole lot. Like I said, most of the money's in the stock market right now because everyone got bored because Doge wasn't moving. And so they went and joined the Reddit group that was in the stock market. So our Doge buyers are not here. So if Doge is trading sideways, I usually just say, all right, I'll head to the stock market too. I'll catch Doge back later, which I actually did today. And Doge fell like from 33 down to like 31 cents in that time. So I actually had a dip buying opportunity, but I'm still in the stock market right now. I don't expect anything to be happening with Doge until late tomorrow, like at least mid-afternoon onward. Unless all the meme stocks are just flops right off the gate. But yeah, that's where we're at. Initial average was 17. Oh, what's going on, Gilbert? Welcome. Initial average was 17 and you sold at 45. Nice. Worked your way back to 25 average. That's where you're going to stay. The FOMO is overpowering. Dude, that's awesome. Great trading there. Do you believe there's still a chance it will go back up? Oh, yeah. There is a much higher chance it goes up than it goes down. Much higher chance. All things point towards it going up. But the thing is, we always want to just be prepared. In the event that it goes down, you should always have your emergency plan already thought up so that you're not caught by surprise, because then you end up doing emotional things that make the situation 2 to 3 times worse. For example, I remember, and this is really, I mean, it wasn't even that long ago, but it was just a mistake that I made. All right, because I make mistakes every once in a while as well. That's why it's important to look back over your tape, basically, and figure out what you did wrong and then not repeat it. So when Doge first crashed, like the first time, and it went down into like 16 cents, I was not prepared. I really wasn't even prepared to trade Dogecoin at the time. That was like the first time I got into it. It had just broken up into 20 cents and it made the run up to like 30s or 34 or something. And then not that long after, you know, and I was riding the hype up. I had like over doubled my investment. It was, you know, crazy. I'm just like, whoa, what the heck did I just do? Then Doge crashed and it went from like 30 cents all the way down to 16 at one time. And I got lost because I'm just like, whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Like, I wasn't even paying attention. I had no plan. I was just here for the fun times. This is before I was taking Doge seriously. I was really mostly in the stock market. So this was all just risk and fun and games anyway. So I didn't have a plan. I wasn't thinking about it that hard. But it caught me off guard. And so then by the time it was in the teens, I'm just like, oh, man, I didn't think it was going to go below 20. So now that it just hit teens, like, I better sell before it goes down to like 10 cents because that's where it's headed right now. So I cut. And then it went down like 2 more cents. And then it rejected and took back off while I sold, like at near the bottom. It took back off into mid-20s, and Robinhood crashed and wouldn't. It filled the sell order, but wouldn't fill my buyback in order. So I missed like the whole ride back up before it went to almost 30 cents. My whole point is, when you take a look at the price action first and you realize, all right, what are the levels it could come down to? What is the potential bottom, floor, support, and all that? And you know your levels and you know what you're going to do in advance. You will never end up in that kind of scenario. So had I been taking Dogecoin serious at that time, I would have looked at the charts, plotted things out in my head. And then when I saw that it broke a support level and it started dumping, I would have known where it was going to go. So 1, I would not have ended up selling at the bottom because I would have knew that I was at the bottom. And 2, I could have sold way, way earlier and then bought at the bottom and rode the dip up. So that's what I mean. When you have a plan, you can make a bad situation much better and prevent it from being horrific by planning your trade in advance. Even if it's planning what happens in case of emergency like that. But yes, Tim, Doge is definitely lined up to go high. Very high. Dogecoin should be going back to like 60 cents easily. We have so much good news, so much that's coming. Even today we had good news with Revolut, which someone brought out here in the stream earlier, which is a UK-based, basically a PayPal like similar service, that they were adding Doge to their platform. I feel like even if there's a big announcement tomorrow, it's not even going to make a difference. It depends on how big the announcement is. Dogecoin has not been moving. People are getting tired of it not moving because Elon Musk has been crashing the market. It's not all blame on him, but it's like 90%. There were some other things that did not help, like the FBI thing recently and a couple other things. But I mean, Elon, he gave and Elon took. So now people are just a little exhausted. The one thing, though, is that we've stabilized in the 30s, trading sideways. So we know we're not just going to drop off out of nowhere, right? We have some value here. We're stable at 30s, but it's just Bitcoin holding us down and nobody's interested. So looking at the title of your stream, Doge and meme stocks tomorrow. Let's plan our trades. You've looked at AMC Doge now? Yeah, I have. We can look back at it if you like. So yeah, let's take a look. So my plan for tomorrow, like I said, my plan for tomorrow is not to touch Dogecoin unless one, there's just clear signs of upward movement with Bitcoin as well. Because Bitcoin is going to be the main thing that pulls Dogecoin up unless we get some crazy unexpected good news in the morning. But one, my plan is not to be touching Dogecoin tomorrow. Now, if you're in already, that's a different story, but I did leave already. And so I'm not seeing any reason to re-enter. Now, if you're in, you can by all means hold it, wait for it to go back up. That's perfectly fine, and that's what I'd be doing if I wasn't going to trade anything else. I would just be holding right now. But since that's not the case, if I'm looking for something to trade tomorrow, it's not going to be Dogecoin in the morning. All right, so I'm ignoring Doge in the morning unless it starts acting strong. I'm ignoring all cryptocurrencies in the morning. I am looking at, so like I said, there's the 4. You have, and let me just do a full grid here. Will it let me? Let's do trade then. Doge, no, let's do AMC, GME, AMC, BB, Workhorse. These are the 4 things I'm looking at tomorrow. Let's move this out the way. I don't think I can. Never mind. That didn't really help, did it? Interesting. So these are the 4 things I'm trading tomorrow. GameStop, AMC, Workhorse, and BlackBerry. Now, the thing is, all I'm going to be doing is looking and seeing which one looks the best come tomorrow. At that point, I know what I'm going to do. And this is kind of what we talked about. So you want to see, of these 4, any of them have potential to move. At this point, based off the way that they closed, let's just summarize these to 3 minutes so we can get a better idea of what's going on here. Bear with me. Because I want everybody to be able to see what I'm looking at. Thank you all for the likes as well. We've got like 12 people and 12 likes. That's a pretty good ratio. I appreciate it. If you haven't happened to use your like button yet, I would appreciate it. That's usually how we get more people in the stream, which is cool. Helps me grow. So I appreciate that more than anything. Thank you. So looking here, all I want to see is going into the morning, how did it act? Going into the rest of the day, how did it act? And then going into after hours, how did it look? Because then we want to start guessing at what we'll probably have in pre-market, and that's going to determine what we do tomorrow. So, starting with BlackBerry at the bottom. Market open, some major sell-off. Then it had a comeback, hit a high of 1717. Shortly thereafter, major steep sell-off down back to 15s. Then it kind of traded sideways throughout the whole thing, kind of trending up a little bit, but not really. Really, overall, it was completely sideways. And then going up at the end of after hours here, it started to get bought up just a little bit. But, I mean, this was technically a red day for BlackBerry because it started up so high and it ended so low. So that's actually a red day. Then when you zoom out a little, look at the day before, it's really not doing anything interesting here. Okay, we will. Like from this perspective, it's pretty stable at like 15.8, but it's not doing anything particularly crazy. So the plan for BlackBerry is pre-market. Look at what's going on. Is it trading at about this level, trading sideways, or is it trading up a little bit, looking like it's gaining a little bit of momentum? If the answer is yes, at market open, definitely keep an eye on it because it could be one of the ones that takes off. And if that's the case, that's when you start looking for an entry. So I'm going to just summarize it to that. If pre-market comes and it starts gapping down and starting to look weak and selling off, BlackBerry's probably going to be donezo for tomorrow. So I automatically am going to kind of mark that one off my list. Hey, R. Paul Gordon, I really appreciate that sub, man. Thank you. Welcome to the family. So yeah, if we gap down or if we start looking weak and then we open weak as well, BlackBerry's pretty much instantly off my list. I'll still have it on my watch list technically, but I'm not going to be really watching it unless it triggers an alert of mine or something. But yeah, and that's the same thing for all of them. going into pre-market tomorrow, are they trading sideways, holding, or are they trading up? If the answer is yes, they're pretty much on my radar. That means at market open, I'm going to be keeping an eye on them, seeing what they do. Do they like gap up, sell off, and then hold here and start curling back up? If so, I see a trade opportunity. But if they are just selling off and then they fizzle out, I am not looking at them anymore. At that point, if you start seeing that, you can kind of start transitioning back to the crypto market, because you know that the meme stocks are fizzling out. There's no meme stock to trade for the day, and it's inevitable that these people that were distracted are going to end up coming back to what they know, and that's where they came from, which is Dogecoin, mostly. Looking at GameStop, though, to me, GameStop has a lot of potential. It's just, will that potential be realized? And that's kind of a coin flip question there, because if you go to the daily, you can see how much potential this has here. And it almost looks like it's doing the handle part of the cup and handle. You see the major run up. You see the perfect cup here. And then you see it went up to the previous high. I'll just draw that there so you can really see the top. And then it pulled back towards the end. Now, I kind of expect a little bit more of a pullback, but it might not. It could just take off from here. And if it does take off and it breaks this level, then you start eyeballing the previous high, which was 483. So maybe it could take off and end up back 483s. That would be absolutely insane. So GameStop is definitely one to keep your eye on. The only thing, though, the way GameStop started its day as well, all this strength made it up super high. Like, it looks like it got squoze almost. And then it completely dumped, and it didn't recover very much. Now, it was trading up going into after hours, into after hours, but still nothing crazy. It didn't start like really recovering. It really didn't. And now, if it got back to like 344 by the time this ended up completely ending, then tomorrow I'd be really expecting something. So far, not looking that great. It was really hugging the 300 line with low volume. It's after hours, so it's not going to be high volume, but you know what I mean. Was not looking spectacular. So it's like the same thing. Check pre-market into market open tomorrow, see what's going on. If pre-market, it's curling up, heading back towards the highs from yesterday, it's most likely going to explode tomorrow. If not, it could be a dud that just moves up a couple bucks or just sells off. So keeping my eyes on that one. AMC. Now, AMC, I'm probably the least bullish on, and here's why. AMC already came from down low. This is relatively new with the run-up that it's had. Just a couple days ago, we were right here talking about this on 528. What was that, last week? It's coming from $20, squoze all the way up to $72 already. Major sell-off. Round 2, major sell-off. Round 3, didn't make it as high. Lower highs each time. Major sell-off at making a lower low. And then it started to recover a little bit, but it's bounced off 60 like 4 times already and hasn't made it through. And now it's fizzled out trading sideways. And it's been trading sideways for 2 days now, looking pretty weak. I think of the 4, AMC's the weakest. I have the least faith in AMC. And if anything, this one is not really going to be on my watch list unless it does something spectacular to catch my eye. So only way I'm really looking at AMC. And so this is what I'm going to do. All right, if you want to do it with me, by all means, I'm going to set my alerts now so that these things ping me if they do what I would feel it necessary to do to signal a substantial run-up coming. So this one needs to break and at least get above this line here. So I'm going to right-click, create alert. If price is above 60 cents, ping me. I mean 60 bucks, ping me. Basically, if it gets back up to this yellow line and it breaks above it and starts heading back up to 62, let me know. All right, and that's really the only way I'm looking at AMC. At that point, you see my clear price targets already drawn out. This is what it's already respected, and these were actually drawn in advance before this even happened, looking back at previous activity. So 60 is the first one. Once it breaks past that, it can do whatever it wants to do in 62. Then it has to break past 62 to get to 68 and then 76. After that, I mean, if it manages to get above 78 or 76, I mean, obviously there's more room up. But the way this is looking trading sideways for 2 days, I'm not feeling it. Hey, Free Will verse 8. Welcome to the channel, man. I have $61.58 buying power. What should I invest in, y'all? Need help? Just trying to make a dime to a dollar. Ooh. Definitely keep an eye on one of the cheaper stocks. Because I feel, like I said, AMC probably would have been the one I recommend. And you could have got one share of that and then maybe wrote it up, but it looks like it's about used. So I wouldn't really be considering that one anymore. GameStop, you can't afford that with $61. So definitely don't get a fraction of a share and waste your time. So that leaves BlackBerry and Workhorse. Of these two, Workhorse definitely looks stronger. If you just go 30-minute and zoom out like that, the cup and handle formation here, which is very bullish formation, it's usually the continuation formation. As you see, really strong run up here, but then also a strong sell-off and like a weird weak V-shaped recovery, and it's already back down here. To me, this one might be kind of fizzling out. I don't know. But then, and I hope not, because I do own shares of BlackBerry, so I would love to see it do better. But this one's just much cleaner. A more subtle U shape here, and then a much higher run off the like cup part of it. So, Workhorse for sure is what I would recommend of the four. Now, that does not mean come tomorrow that Workhorse is going to go to the moon. In fact, it could sell off. We don't know. But of these two that are left, this one looks way better than BlackBerry does. Because all you need is to break the previous like all-time high, and that's where you get the momentum run, which is what you want. To get that on BlackBerry at this point, you have to go up all the way up from 16 cents right now, all the way up to 21 cents, and have enough strength at that point to break through to get like a momentum move up. So that's a big ask for tomorrow. This one is way closer. 16.39 to 18.33. So Workhorse, WKHS. If anything, look at that one tomorrow, and GameStop is probably my secondary. What time zone do I live in? I live in the US and I'm Eastern time zone. WKHS it is. There you go. Hey, and welcome to the stream, Free. Would love to have you. Feel free to subscribe before you go. I do these streams 7 days a week, minimum 1 time per day. Usually 2, sometimes 3. So I will answer any question. I'll look up whatever. Mahalo. What's mahalo? You're in? Cool. If mahalo is a place, forgive me. My geography is not super great with anything outside of the most common areas. Lucky you, I'm in the Pacific time zone. Oh. Wait, why is that lucky me though? Is it because at market open you have to be awake at like 4 a.m.? Like 6 a.m., 6:30? Clove, please? Oh, we looked at Clove. Clove, do not do Clove. Do not. I'm not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. All I'm saying is if means thank you in Hawaiian. Hey, appreciate that. You're welcome. Anytime. Look at Clove right now. There is no buy opportunity here. Clove is way too overextended. Now, that's from the 30-minute time frame, or that was from the couple-hour time frame, but this is just so dangerous. Like, I could not possibly recommend investing that high up. It's so overextended that it's insane. Let's see what the RSI has to say. I don't even use the RSI, and the RSI is freaking out right now. Like, whoa. It is well over 70. 70 is supposed to be the high spot. And yeah, it looks like it was trying to find support at the 70 line and go up. I don't care about the RSI, but all I'm saying is use your visual price indicator. It came from $6 steep in like one day all the way up to 23. I don't know. You might be able to find a buy opportunity there, shorter term. If you went to like 3-minute time frame or something, basically all you have to do, like I said, pre-market, see how it's hanging. Once it crosses this line, if it has, you know, if it gets up to here and it crosses this line, it's going to take off. That's kind of your buy signal. But anytime you're doing momentum breakout buys like that, there's just always the chance that it flips on you. Very risky thing to be in. Also, with the way this is looking, if it breaks this line, it's just going to take off. You might not even get the ideal play, which is to buy at a support. So you would hope that it would do this. Going into market open, it does a little thing, gives you a nice pullback. Or, I'm sorry, you wouldn't want it to do that much of a move. But market open, it would give you a pullback to buy into and maybe test it one more time. I don't know. And then take off. Show support and then move up. You're probably not going to get that. This thing is probably just going to go parabolic if it breaks that line. So that's not one I'm going to recommend. But it could be a money opportunity. So I'm not going to say, like, don't do it. Yes, I'm a night owl and getting up early is no fun. I hate waking up early too. You and me both. 3:30 a.m. Hawaiian time is when the casino opens for me. Wow. Do I use trailing stops? If so, what percentage? No. In crypto, with most brokerages, you're not able to use like stop losses in advanced orders, like take profit orders and all that stuff. Webull might let you do stop loss, but I don't even think so. Oh yeah. No, it lets you do stop. It lets you do stop and take profit. Okay. I didn't think it did. But Robinhood is what I mostly use to execute, and it doesn't let me do that. So I use Webull for the charts and then Robinhood to execute my trades because it's a little faster, a little easier. And especially for Dogecoin trading, the liquidity is just much easier to access. I forgot I was in the stock market now. I thought I was still in crypto. But yes, of course you can do limit and stop orders here. And even on Robinhood if you're in the stock market. So it's late. I was thinking I was still in crypto. But no, I don't really use stop limits or anything like that. I don't really like manual or automatic stops. Just lets the hedgies market manipulate and blow through your stop loss and make you lose money. Not fun. So what I do is like I just plan my trade out. I look at what my stop loss should be, but that has to start with buying in at a good point. So for example, if I wanted in on this move, obviously I would not be buying in anywhere here on the way up. I would wait for the pullback for it to get close to a support level. Here maybe could have been an entry, but I probably would have wanted to just see if it was going to hold first. You know, I see this, I see it fly through and then do this. I'm like, okay, maybe not. I'm still looking for an entry. Don't see it because we blew through the 200 EMA. Now we're on the underside. Now we're coming up and holding steady. As we do, maybe here's a buy, or I can wait for more confirmation, maybe here. But usually when you're day trading, you want to trade off the VWAP, not so much the 200 EMA. So probably somewhere like here-ish could have been a buy-in. But then, you know, as I'm buying near an actual level, I can then put my stop loss right under here and say, all right, well, if this goes under here, kind of the wicks of the previous low, then I know that this trade's probably going against me and I'll cut. But I don't have it automatically set. I'll just do it manually. Thank you, 2020. No problem, Gilbert. Absolutely. Yeah, the thing is, I work overnight stock at Safeway. Oh, okay. So I have a stream pulled up with the Webull in the background. Gucci. Nice. Nice. There you go. I know a lot of people, they watch this stream and they just pull the chart up. I mean, they just listen to me evaluate the chart while they're working. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I buy in close to a level so that I'm not up here saying, well, I need to set my stop loss 10% under. Where's that going to be? I buy at a support level as close as I can. That way I can just eyeball what my support level should, what my stop loss or take, like cut my trade level should be. And I'll just make a line. And then like if it gets to it, then I'll manually sell. Now I also made hang on. I made this very elaborate spreadsheet for trading, for day trading in the stock market. Basically, it's a spreadsheet that has formulas tied in. So based off of my the way I like to trade, I have like rules put in here. And I made this sometime at the end of last year. But for example, let's just say I wanted to do a trade in the stock market and I'm eyeing an entry somewhere right around 1990. Let's just say 1990 right here. If things bounce here and look strong, I'll buy kind of on the way up as soon as it gets confirmed that it's going to bounce and not fall through. So 1990, right? So I'll say planned entry price 1990, and then it'll automatically give me all these numbers. My recommended stop loss should be at 1831. Which is wait a minute. Why is that so far down? Wait, 19.9 suggested stop target. That's giving me $1 of stop loss. That's not how I had it set before. Maybe my formula got messed up. But anyway, that's besides the point. I'll look back at that later. So it would give me an automatically suggested stop price target. But then it would give me my exit trade targets, where I should close the trade out and take profit so that I'm not getting too greedy. And that's really the reason I made this, so I can actually I can plan my exit without getting greedy. It'll tell me what numbers, depending on what risk to reward ratio I want to have, and then what my potential loss will be based off what I say I want my stop to be. So this is the suggestion, but let's just say I don't want it to be that large, so I'm going to do 19.5 instead. Then it'll tell me, I thought it would tell me my potential loss if stopped out. Potential loss. Oh, I have to put in the amount that I'm going to trade with. Okay. Then on the right here, I forgot how I made this. On the right is my total account size. So let's just say $500. Based off of what price I wanted to buy in, it then tells me how many shares I could buy in max with the amount of money that I have. This is the recommended share size that I should go in with based off my max shares I can buy to scale in if I want to scale in. And then I can select how many shares I'm actually going to do. It'll tell me this is how much it's going to cost me to enter. And then it'll tell me based off what stop loss I picked and the amount of shares I'm going to enter with, how much I would have lost if I got stopped out. And then it'll also tell me based off which price target I close at, how much profit I make off this trade, the amount I risk per share. But if I wanted to manually trail a stop, like 5%, and I didn't want to automatically do it, I could try and figure out what a 5% manual stop would be by saying, I want to trail, let me see. Let's say the price got up to 25. Well, will it let me enter? Okay. Then it'll say 5% trail stop would be waiting till it got to 23.75 to cut. So, yeah, this took me forever, but I literally coded all the formulas to like force myself to be a better trader. So, that's commitment. Anyway. I know you just told us, but what do you use for the charts? Webull. I use Webull for charts. Webull for charts, Robinhood for executing trades. Now, if I'm only trading the stock market, Webull's fine for trading the stock market. But for crypto, I really don't like Webull, especially on Dogecoin. There's not enough liquidity, so it's really hard to get filled at a reasonable price. You'll set a limit order, you just won't get filled. So Robinhood for executing, and then Webull for charts every day, all day. Absolutely will not use Robinhood for a chart. Robinhood's charts are awful. But if you need a Webull account and you don't use Webull, there's a referral link where you'll actually get stocks if you use that to sign up. It's free, just like Robinhood is, but we'll both get stocks. So I'll get some free stocks and you'll get some free stocks if you use my referral link. Basically, it's in the description. If you scroll down towards the bottom, it says social media and referral links. You just click that link and it'll pull it up. And then you can sign up through that to get your free stocks. Basically, if you click that link, it takes you to this page, and then right here, Webull 2 free stocks, you just click there and sign up. That's how you do it. And it'll give you your 2 free stocks. This music's actually decent. It's crazy. Who thought you could be monetized and listen to okay music in the background? Crazy. Am I a day trader full-time, or do I also have a regular job? So I'm actually not full-time day trader. I have been trading for like 2.5 years now, but I do have a full-time job, but I work from home, so it lets me kind of keep an eye on both things, because it's a desk job as well. So yeah. But as the YouTube thing picks up, if I can ever transition to doing YouTube videos full time, and by that I mean like live streaming stuff as well, then I would switch to YouTube/trading full time. But since YouTube is not my full-time job, I can't, I have to give more time to my 9 to 5, which doesn't allow me to day trade as much as I would like to. But during the pandemic, when a lot of people, including myself, were worried that job loss might be a thing, my plan was to go full-time. That's where I really picked up on like my trading skill. Learned most of what I end up knowing today. Because I was like, well, if I'm going to lose my job in 2 months, I want to be fully ready to trade 9 to 5 and be able to pay the bills and make money and be living all right. So I got to that point, and then everything ended up being all right. So now we've just got all this knowledge to share. Now they're going to Wendy's. Oh my goodness. Have y'all heard about that? They're going to Wendy's now? Oh my god, they are. Look at the lack of volume before they came in here. Ew. Wendy's is fine. Nobody cared about Wendy's that much that they just wouldn't trade the stock. That's wild. Well, they did it. Here they go. Here, this is what I'm talking about. When you get that cup and handle pattern, you get the breakout. That's usually when things start picking up. Now it's consolidating right here. Wendy's could actually be a move tomorrow. Maybe keep your eye on Wendy's as well. Did not see that one coming. Am I using Streamlabs OBS or OBS for live stream? So I'm using Streamlabs. I used to use standard OBS, but I like Streamlabs a lot more. It's just more user-friendly and has a lot of stuff pre-done. I'm all about user interface. Yes, to Wendy's. Did I just start an ad? There was a weird button at the top that said insert ad. If so, I apologize. Didn't mean to do that. You like Streamlabs too? Yeah, Streamlabs is good. I first started using Streamlabs when I was like, you know, video gaming. I'm like, am I going to stream on Twitch or something? That's how I got into using it. And then it just happened to work out great for YouTube. So, and I've got the Stream Deck as well. So it's upside down, but I can switch scenes just by pushing a button, and all kinds of stuff is mapped. So I've got this. Can mute my mic. And I've got a soundboard. Just applause. To buy the dip. Rocket. Yeah, it's just pretty cool. I like it. Censor myself, even though I don't really curse, you know. See, I like it. It works together pretty well. Stream Deck, yeah. When I started streaming on YouTube, which was just a couple weeks ago, after a week, and I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to do this like every day. I was like, let me invest in this a little bit. So I got a ring light and I got a Stream Deck. The Stream Deck's been pretty cool so far. I like it. But what was the formula on my recommended stop loss? Why was it so far down? If I'm going in 20, recommended 18.4. That's actually not that far. Because my price target, wait a minute. Enter 20, 1-to-1 exit trade would be 20.50. Oh no, that's because I manually input. Oh. 2. Oh no, that was accurate. Okay. That was like a... .92%. That was a weird percentage. I don't remember why I picked that. I had a reason at the time. I don't know. How many subscribers do you have to have the join button? I don't know if it's really subscriber based. The thing is, I've had this YouTube channel for a long time. So, I mean, I've had monetization enabled for like 5 years and all that stuff. So I don't really remember. When I decided to go check on it, it was already there. I don't know how long it's been there or when it showed up. So I don't know what the requirements are to allow members, except that you probably have to have at least a couple videos and be monetized, like your account fully run through the motions, because you gotta get approved for a couple things before you can do monetization. So see more memberships. Let's see if it tells me. No, I'm not sure, but I only have like 2,000 subs, so can't be much. You need info for Cardano news? I don't know that there really is news on Cardano right now. I don't think anything's going on really with Cardano right at this moment. I'm a big fan, but I just don't think anything has happened yet. I know they're working on the smart contracts thing, working on the transaction speed thing. Things have changed since you joined. You must have long watch times. Oh, maybe so. Maybe so. Hopefully. Well, there's a whole article. I already know the answer, but I just was curious. Let's go back, check on Doge. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no problem, Paul. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully catch you in the next stream. Next one will be tomorrow, probably like 9 Eastern time. That's usually when I go live. Today was just a little weird the way it worked out. I had something to do like I always do on Tuesdays, so I ended up streaming early once, but then the stream went way over time, so then I had to bump the second stream back because I do have a girl and, you know, gotta balance time. So went overboard with the first one, so I had to cut the second one a little bit. So, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much where we're at. Yeah, and thank you, Paul. Hopefully catch you around next time, man. Alfredo, welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, there's not much going on with Cardano right now. Doge and Bitcoin and Ethereum are kind of in the limelight. Obviously, Cardano is really good, but to my knowledge, nothing has happened like today, yesterday, or anything like that. So I don't like have any breaking news to share with you regarding ADA or XRP. But yeah. Glad to have you at the stream, Kevin. Hopefully you, Alfredo, I mean. Hopefully, if you're not subbed, feel free to sub. Catch me in the next live stream tomorrow, because we're actually going to wrap this one up. There's not much going on right now. Dogecoin's extremely dead, so really no point in watching it trade sideways. We had that good stream earlier, and also we already know what our plan is now for tomorrow. Take a look at the meme stocks, particularly Workhorse and GameStop. And then second would be BlackBerry and AMC. But I think GameStop and Workhorse have the most potential, just based off the way they look today, going into after hours as well. So that's what I'll have my eyes on. Then if not, I'll be looking at Doge, AMC, and BlackBerry, seeing what happens. Wendy's as well. I don't know how I feel about that one, but they're trying to short squeeze that, so keep your eyes on Wendy's as well. That's a new one. We'll just add that on because the Reddit army just did. But appreciate everybody hanging out. If you didn't see my last video and you are wondering, and you're relatively new to the stream, and you're wondering why in the world is Dogecoin still trading sideways? This video that I just uploaded earlier, right here, Dogecoin, new signs of price strength identified. Feel free, click on that, give it a watch, and I explain why Dogecoin is trading sideways, but also why that's actually a good thing, the way that it is trading sideways. Very good news. Feel free to give it a watch, show some support, click the like button on that video. I would appreciate it. And Alfredo, thank you so much for the sub, man. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. And yeah, I would appreciate that, guys. Just confused for choosing ADA or XRP. ADA definitely has more potential. XRP is going to be more of a standalone coin so far, whereas ADA is going to be, or Cardano is going to be the competition for the whole Ethereum network. So this is just a much bigger scale project going on with Cardano. So that would be my number one choice if you're comparing the two. For me, it's probably Ethereum number one, and then Doge number two. And then Cardano, well, really close first and second there, almost tied. But I'm just saying what I'm interested in as far as like short-term potential growth. Ethereum and Doge, maybe tied for one, and then Cardano second and XRP third. That's probably the way I look at it. So I always learn something new with 2020. That's awesome, man. Appreciate that. But yeah, guys, thank you all for hanging out. I'm going to cut the stream here. It's been an hour and a half. We had another hour and a half stream just a couple hours ago, so we have definitely run through everything. Keep your eyes peeled. In the Discord group, I'll be hitting you guys up just like normal. We can keep talking about what's going on. Make sure that everybody's planning their trades tomorrow, trading their plan. If you want to join the Discord group, just click the join button on the YouTube channel, It's the all access one that gives you full access to the Discord group, informative videos that are members of this group only. You can PM me anytime, ask me questions, pick my brain at any time of the day. I'm always there. But if not, of course, just stay tuned, and next live stream will be tomorrow, probably at 9, but I might do another one early. You never know. Again, thanks guys for hanging out. Have a good night, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the next stream. Peace.